Alright, this will be a very quick video on rational numbers. So remember that a rational number is a number that can be written as a over b, where a and b are integers and b does not equal 0. So that may sound a little confusing, but what it looks like in practice is that numbers like 2.4 and negative 5 halves are considered rational numbers. So whereas an integer is a whole number that's either positive or negative, rational numbers can involve fractions and decimals. And this will include the majority of numbers that we will work with. So right now we're going to look at finding the absolute value of rational numbers. So a quick review on absolute value is that the absolute value of a number is simply its distance from 0. So if we look at negative 3 here, we can see that negative 3 is a total of 3 units from 0. So the absolute value of negative 3 would be equal to 3. So now let's compare the absolute value of negative 2.5 and 3 halves. So first we want to look at the absolute value of negative 2.5. So again, the absolute value is simply how far a number is from 0. And we know that we can then just take that and write it as a positive number. So for example, we know that the absolute value of negative 4 is equal to 4. The absolute value of positive 4 is also equal to 4 because they're both 4 units away from 0. So when we see that absolute value sign, we can basically just remove any negative that's on the inside. So the absolute value of negative 2.5 is going to equal positive 2.5. So we can plot that on our number line here. And then 3 halves, we know that 3 halves is equal to 1.5. And that would go here on our number line. So if we were to compare the absolute value of negative 2.5 and 3 halves, we would say that the absolute value of negative 2.5 is greater than 3 halves, because we can see that the absolute value of negative 2.5 is to the right of 3 halves on this number line.